Anytime that you create a handle or have a piece of clay that is attached to the top and bottom of one of your pieces, it needs to be wrapped. You need to wrap the handle, and I made up this quick little graphic here to show you why. And there's a really good reason why we wrap our handles in plastic. Here's an example. This is an unwrapped handle. The mug and the handle are still plastic, leather hard, everything's fine. You start to dry the piece, it begins to dry, and it shrinks. You can see there's the original height, and so it's shrinking. It's pulling in from all sides, and the handle is also being pulled with the form. Okay? What's going to dry first is the handle. It will become bone dry. And the body is taking a lot longer to dry because it has more mass and because it doesn't have a big hole through it. Right? Some of the moisture is held inside of the mug. So now you got a bone dry handle. We know bone dry is really fragile, and we don't want to stress very fragile clay because it tends to break. You can see mug is still shrinking. So here, mug continues to shrink as it dries, as it loses that water content. The handle is still being pulled inward and in on itself towards this zone here. This is continuing to shrink as it dries. And what you get is a bone dry mug with a crack usually right through that peak of the handle. All right, bad news, not easy to fix. Pretty much make a new one. Okay? All right, here we go. Wrapped handle. When you take a thin piece of plastic and wrap it, or there'll be another video for the actual wrapping of the handle and how to cut the plastic. The handle is wrapped in a strip of plastic when the mug is still wet. Mug is shrinking, handle's wet and happy. Mug is shrinking, handle is still wet, flexible, happy, able to bend. The body's almost completely dry. You'd be surprised, but the handle is still wet and pretty flexible, even though it's getting a little bit drier, maybe mid to late leather hard, but it's still flexible. Now that the mug has dried, unwrap the handle. So this handle is now unwrapped, the mug is dry, and then the handle dries, and everybody's happy, and your mug lives to see a bisque firing. Congratulations. Please wrap your handles.